Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make us shine so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we back like we never left. We appreciate y'all for pulling up for another pull-up session as we jump into some of these politics. Yeah. We're going to be checking out Joe Rogan. He has a podcast. A lot of people know he has a podcast. Very, very great podcast. A lot of people tune into it. Millions of people. Actually, like a couple of weeks ago, someone brought up the question in regards to like bringing Trump to his show, and he declined it. So I don't know what that's about.
Trump declined it?
No, Trump didn't decline it, but Joe Rogan, he hasn't brought him onto his show.
He hadn't brought Trump onto the show.
Yeah, a couple people kind of bringing it up in regards to like having Trump come on to his podcast just to talk. But he hadn't brought him on. I don't know. You know, people have their reasons, you know, behind the scenes reasons why they don't want to bring somebody on for whatever reason. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to be checking out a quick clip video from Joe Rogan's podcast where he's talking about and predicting all of Biden's fails.
Okay. Oh.
And basically, he's bringing up Trump predicted all of Biden's fails.
Okay.
So that's what Joe Rogan's going to be speaking
but
about.
I wonder why he wouldn't bring him up. Showed it like what?
I have to read it exactly, see why, but you know, based on your audience, you know, a lot of different things.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell, join the family, and let's jump into this video.
Let's check this video out, y'all. Let's go.
I think probably what happened was the response from Donald Trump. The response to Donald Trump being president, he was so polarizing, and he attacked people in a way that was so non-presidential, and the way he would behave was so non-presidential that's just his thing. When someone comes after him, he comes back at them even harder. Yeah. But when you're the president and you do that, it just gets everybody's panties in a wad. Yep. And he's just fucking taking gallons of gasoline and chucking it on the fire. And so when they got rid of him and they got him out of there, they're like, we got to make sure this never happens again. Yeah. Meanwhile, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. He's coming back. He might even win. But this polarization has, like, hardened them. The thing with Trump, because of Trump's behavior and the way he communicates, which I just think is a terrible way to communicate as a president. But if you're his supporter, you love it. You're like, yeah, stick it to him. Finally, someone sticks up for us. And so it's like, yeah, I get your feelings. I understand why you would love that. And I understand that he's right about many things. There's a crazy video that's out there that shows all the things that Donald Trump predicted if Joe Biden gets in office and how all of them have taken place. Have you seen that video? No. I'm going to say it.
Wow. You know what?
He said he already got the video. He said he's finna show it right now.
I feel like what he's talking about in terms of like, you know, his communication and how he kind of was like a, you know, I'm gonna just say what's on my mind type of thing. And I've said that before. I feel like the reason why, you know, people looked at Trump a certain type of way was because don't do the wrong thing. Don't was because like he was so straightforward in like the things that he said, and he just had no filter. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, I feel like it worked against him in some ways, but other people, like if you ask people in general, it's like, yeah, he probably didn't, you know, communicate effectively when it came to being the actual president of the United States of America. But at the same time, he you know, shoot.
I'm glad you said that too, because I feel that way too. He was like
perfectly imperfect. Like he didn't care. Yeah. He didn't care.
I'm glad that you said that too, because even for me, like I didn't even like realize it till after the fact that he was out of like the office, in regards to when people kind of brought up how he talked and like his terminology and just the way that he kind of like treated the media and how he spoke. I was kind of the same way too. I was like, yeah, I just feel like he was a little too brash. I felt like he brought that business Donald Trump. He brought the apprentice Donald Trump to the office. You know what I mean?
Even in saying that though, it's just like we saw that on The Apprentice. What makes you think that if that's who he is,
what made you think that you're gonna get something different?
Right.
You know.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
So it's like we already knew that. We knew this.
Yeah.
Like
and probably majority of his supporters, like his hardcore supporters, knew that too as well. So that's why they like. Yeah, go on, yeah. Because that's what they've known Donald Trump to be. So it's like, now that you're president and now that you're being this brash and this outspoken and not necessarily saying things the right way, but at the end of the day, they were kind of like champion the real Donald Trump,
right.
the apprentice Donald Trump,
right?
The businessman Donald Trump, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Now all of them have taken place. Have you seen that video?
No.
I'm gonna send it to Jim because it's so wild. It's so wild. You watch it play out, and you're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Because it's so crazy that it's that blatant. That like
Wow.
you would think like, wait a minute, is this theatrical? I mean, this is.
But
crazy.
at a point, we're a two-party system with nearly 50-50 split down the middle. At no point would I, in that presidential position, like your job is to try to bring as many people from each respective side together.
Yeah, bring everybody together.
That not his approach?
No, that's why it's so not. It's not how a leader behaves. Like he's got a huge ego, and that's what's led him to this amazing amount of success that he's had. But that huge ego, once he gets into a position of power, here, play this from the beginning and give me some volume.
Uh-oh.
I just want to hear exactly what Trump was saying.
There's a lot of folks out there, a lot of folks out there making some pretty broad predictions about how things will turn out.
Hold on, stop for a second. This video does not sound like that. It sounds fine. What's coming through the computer? Why is that happening? Because I played it today on my phone and it sounded perfect.
They're coming for your guns, they're coming for your jobs, and they're coming for your freedom. They hate American energy, and Joe Biden will shut it all down. He's going to.
If I became president,
Biden's elected, he will wipe out your energy industry.
another prediction that is my favorite one, I must add, is that if I got elected,
Gas prices going $5, $6, $7 for a gallon. Flood your communities with criminal aliens, drugs, and crime while they live behind beautiful gated compounds. They try to take away your guns, Second Amendment, they want to take it away. While they enjoy private security that's fully armed.
I never understood that one.
To spend trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting foreign wars, and defending foreign borders.
Ooh. He's kind of hitting it right there, just in regards to like the current events that we're kind of dealing with, pretty much like in the last year that you're kind of seeing. Some of those things are pretty true, but not only did Trump predict this, I've had people like around me, just around us before the election came around, were saying that some of these things were going to be coming around. So from Trump and probably a lot of other thousands of other people kind of predicted this exact same type of environment, the same type of atmosphere right now in regards to America right now. Because a lot of people are feeling it,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And they see it.
A lot of people, the majority of people are feeling it. I
wonder if people like right now are having like voters remorse.
Absolutely, I do.
I wonder if people having voters remorse.
I feel like, no, I wouldn't use the word absolutely, because some people probably like, at the end of the day, I got what I asked for, but at the same time, it's just like, I can't honestly say that perhaps there's a good chance that they weren't completely knowledgeable and educated on completely on what we were going to be putting ourselves into voting for a president like that, or what we were up against by voting a president like Biden into office. Like, I feel like it was more so just kind of trying to get the lesser of the two evils out of office. Like, let's get rid of the crazy president and let's get, the nice, sweet Joe Biden in there. Yeah. But ultimately, I don't think they knew or understood completely, what that outlook was going to be like once he actually became president. A year and a half, 2 years, 3 years.
But the thing is, another question is
because you can't. I don't think there's one person that would be like, no. Had I known that this was what was gonna be, like, I feel like people had good intentions with voting him into office, but I don't think they completely knew or shoot.
I don't think everybody had good intentions of voting him into the office. I think it was just a big push to get somebody, to see Trump just to get somebody else out of the office.
Right.
Because
that was the main push.
I still feel like that even though, you know, they put Biden in office, I still feel like even if they knew that how things are happening now, they wouldn't have changed their mind because
I disagree.
Their hate for Trump.
I disagree.
You have a lot of people that don't care.
I disagree.
They just wanted Trump out of office.
I think that was probably the main push of wanting to get him out of office was to get him out of office. But I don't think that they knew completely what getting him out the office actually meant completely. Like, what was there going to be, what in term, long-term, short-term effects of getting him out of the office. And probably now that, you know, the majority of people are feeling, you know,
the effects of it.
The effects of their actions. Maybe Trump wasn't so bad after all. Like right. You're starting to rethink that.
Right.
Like
you're gonna have some voters that's gonna think that, and you have some that just don't care because they hated him that much.
Yeah.
You know?
But even to say that, like I feel like once he actually comes back if he does come back into office, he's gonna be the same person. He's
Absolutely.
gonna be the same person.
Of course.
And you know.
Yeah, of course he is.
But no,
I agree.
You know, people probably want him back.
They want who they want.
Yeah.
Oh. You're a little muffled. Both words.
You know, it's sad.
So if your primary concern right now is inflation,
we could stop it in 30 minutes.
When I took office,
he finally went outside. He went to get an ice cream.
Look, the bottom line is this.
I say you're not doing a very good job.
This was campaigning pre-election?
From the press.
Yeah. Wow. It was him campaigning pre-election
okay.
and what is actually taking place. I mean, it's just
uncomfortable.
It's wild. And what's interesting is even CNN is starting to push back against it. Like Don Lemon was interviewing the woman who is the new press secretary for the White House.
Yeah.
And he was asking, is Joe Biden going to be fit for 2024? And she's like, he's fine. He's great. Like, what are you talking about? And you're watching, and you're going, what the fuck are you talking about? It's definitely not. That's not true. Like, you know that's not true. Like, you're gaslighting us.
I saw Ocasio-Cortez asked if she would support the president in a 2024 run. And she's like, you know, let's talk about the issues that we're trying to fix right now. And
we'll get there.
Would you support the president? You didn't answer me. That's what the journalist asked her. She said, you know, we have issues right now that we need to address first, and then she let her off. You know, but yeah, crazy. It's gonna be wild.
I think so too. I really do. I think it's gonna be a wild election come 2024 when elections and stuff start coming back around and people having to vote and stuff. It is going to be chaos. Like more so because you're going to start running into these voting polls and going to go vote and mailing votes and like all these things that like, you know, perhaps it might have been a problem before, you know, as to why a good chance, a possibility maybe, disclaimer, that Biden won the election.
I don't know. Again, like I said, I give.
I had to choose those words carefully. Possibility.
Yeah, like I said, I give full disclosure. Like even with the last election, like I didn't vote for either candidate, so I can't sit here and complain about things that's going on right now. I mean, I guess I could complain because I didn't vote for anybody.
Yeah, you could.
I'm probably one of the ones that's like, hey, what's going on out here? But the reason why I didn't, the reason why I chose not to is just because, like I said. If I'm not 100% for it, then I just can't do it.
Right,
you know,
right?
And I feel like that's okay for some people to feel that way.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But everything that I saw in this video, like, I'm not really like shocked or anything because people already were talking. Like even when we went to like the place where we got the facials and everything, and the guy was sitting there talking to us and telling us like, y'all better be careful who y'all vote for. This time, election time, he's like, don't go for the smoke and mirrors because so many people want to get Trump out of office because they want to make you feel like you hate him. But he's like, you better be careful by the things that you're asking for because he was even talking about bringing up inflation, the gas prices, like jobs are going to be more unstable than what they were 2.5 years ago. So it's kind of like you're kind of already seeing these things.
And he was a black man, y'all.
Yeah, he was a brother too. And he even said that he was Democratic. Like he grew up in a Democratic family, Democrat, you know. His father voted Democrat, mother voted Democratic. So even when he told me that, I kind of looked at him like, "You tripping, bro? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, yeah,
like what's going on? Like, but he even said it. He even predicted, and he said the exact same things right here. So I think a lot of people understood what was going on 2.5 years ago. Everybody didn't. The masses didn't know, but there was a small percentage. There's always a smaller percentage of the larger mass that kind of understand this on this particular level.
Yeah.
And they're already kind of like warning people, but you have so many people that screaming. Sometimes the loudest people in the room get hurt more. So
that's
So I feel like that's kind of what happened, but this was a cool video, just to kind of see exactly kind of what Trump was saying pre-election. He was already kind of speaking about it, but that kind of fell on deaf ears, right?
It did. It fell on deaf ears, but I don't know. I would be curious to know, like, and maybe y'all can fill me in because I don't watch Joe Rogan faithfully. I'll be honest, but I'd be curious as to why he decided not to. I mean, it sounds like if I were to just kind of put it together in my head as to why he might have not brought him on, I could probably come to my own conclusion as to why. But I would be curious as to why he declined to bring him in for an interview, especially being that he has such a broad platform, a huge platform, and we're talking about the United States of America's, president. Okay,
anybody would kind of jump to that. Would jump to that opportunity to bring somebody on.
Yeah.
I would like y'all to drop comments too, because that's a really, really good question in regards to why Joe Rogan wouldn't bring Donald Trump to his podcast.
Yeah.
That would be a good question because he even kind of spoke about it a little bit, but I didn't really get a chance to hear the soundbite in regards to why.
And there's so many things, like, I wish hey, y'all, we need a kumbaya session. I would love to just sit around and just talk about this stuff. Because there's so much more I want to say, but it's just like, okay, this video has to stop somewhere. So.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, but, okay. Well, if y'all enjoyed this video, be sure you give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell, join the family. And if ain't nobody else told you, I love you.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see y'all in the next video, y'all.